You're listening to The Joe Cronin Show, a wrestling podcast with attitude.
Yep. So Bray Wyatt, guys, we were talking about this a lot yesterday. A lot of people thought Bray Wyatt was going to attack Stone Cold Steve Austin. Some people really are upset that this did not happen. And you know what? I told you yesterday I didn't think that this would happen, really. And the real reason why I really didn't think it was going to happen was because WWE, for some reason, they really protect Stone Cold Steve Austin. They protect the hell out of him. You know what I mean? And I know that maybe they could protect The Undertaker and things like that, but they allow The Undertaker to go out there and do whatever needs to be done, and obviously Vince, whatever. Anyway, we're talking about the Stone Cold thing, so it doesn't happen, but this whole 11-19 thing is going on, and what does that mean? And it's very obvious that it's, Survivor Series when The Undertaker debuted. 11-19, 1990 is when The Undertaker debuted in the WWE. I was 7 years old, I think, and I was watching it, and I loved every minute of it, man. I couldn't believe what I was seeing when The Undertaker came out. I think he originally came out with Brother Love, though, Bruce Pritchard, so it was just, I remember thinking, afterwards, like, where did Brother Love go? Or was it $1 Million Man, Ted DiBiase? It was one of those things. I think he came out to one time to talk to Brother Love. I don't know. I haven't watched the debut in a long time, obviously. It might have been the $1 Million Man, I think it was. And I remember thinking, like, where did his manager go? And his manager was gone and everything. And then eventually, like, he got Paul Bear and everything. But I don't even remember. I haven't gone back to watch it, and I forget the lineup of how things happened when he first originally debuted, because I was 7, and I should go back and watch that tonight, but I don't remember it all exactly. I think it was Ted DiBiase was his manager, bringing him out, and he was showing him off to Brother Love, if I remember right. But anyway, The Undertaker probably going to be the target of Bray Wyatt tomorrow. Will Bray Wyatt actually grab The Undertaker and Sister Abigail him and actually get one up on The Undertaker and attack him? Or, will The Undertaker kind of fight back, and for the first time we'll see, The Fiend kind of either retreat or maybe get into a slugfest with The Undertaker? Or will he actually just get to The Undertaker and attack him? Or will The Fiend attack whoever The Undertaker's in the ring with? And after The Fiend attacks whoever The Undertaker's in the ring with, he kind of stares at The Undertaker and, he backs out of the ring and everything like that, and they have this kind of stare-off. And it's a way to get them both in the ring and get some buzz, but at the same time, Fiend gets somebody, but it ain't The Undertaker. I don't know. That's what I'm more leaning towards. But I will say that if Bray Wyatt, The Fiend, doesn't show up tomorrow, man, people are going to be really disappointed, because they were disappointed tonight. Because of all the rumors and everything, and they thought they would get that, and, they worked themselves up into that. I mean, why wouldn't you? It's wrestling, so you're hoping for something like that. And you're in Madison Square Garden, but, it was so obvious all day that I think that it would have been very predictable if it happened, so the WWE knew that as well. But the WWE really could have been planning it this way all along anyway, and, it'll be less hype about it tomorrow, but whatever the case may be, it's I get what they did. And once we saw that there was a Firefly Funhouse, like, they basically, on Raw, showed us a preview of the Firefly Funhouse to say, like, hey, guys, stick around, because later on, we're going to have ourselves a Firefly Funhouse, so stick around for that. And they gave this teaser so people would hang around, so that wasn't a bad idea. But then it became evident that, probably we're not going to see him tonight. He's going to have another vignette. So it is what it is. But anyway, guys, if you're new to the channel, I know a lot of people didn't get the alerts tonight. There's always problems. Feel free to subscribe down below if you're brand new. I'd love to have you guys here so you guys can hear the commentary, the news, the podcast that I do every single day. And we're live after every single WWE event, and we'll be live after every AEW event as well. Things are going to get really interesting over the next couple months. So, I can't wait to see what happens. Come back to my channel every day to watch videos. That way YouTube will give you alerts and tell you to watch my stuff. Hit the like button as much as you can. That always helps. And leave comments and leave a flurry of comments so I can read them and get feedback and talk to you guys about those comments. And if you guys really want to help me and keep the channel on the air here, and keep me doing what I'm doing, then go over to Patreon right here, up here on the top, patreon.com/Joe Cronin Show. We have 375 patrons right now. And this video was brought to you by the biggest patrons of them all, who, you guys get 30 hours of bonus content a month on Patreon. Audio forms of shows, downloadable to your phone to save on your data plan, podcast forms, shows that you don't hear on YouTube about all kinds of things. And I want to shout out the producer-level patrons right now. Guys like Freddie Mitchell, 27 Freddie Mitchell, appreciate him as always. Arknolia Strokelbean, Austin Caucci, Awandi Big M, Brian Harper, Drew Bar 100, Frog Kid, Gary Metzler, Gerald Armstrong, Guz 617, a great guy on YouTube, Jabroni Jabber Podcast, John Steller, who's known as ConstipatedRock, Joseph Lightsey, J.R. Ford III, Justin McNeil, one of the longest guys, Star Scream, also one of the longest guys, My Son Champion, NickY J, Ryan Pelletier, Sith Negan, the top patron right now, SoCom Kastle, Talk to Me Nice, the Mayin, Djinn, Abbadon, the Bear 1322, and OG Bear. If you're listening, dude, give me a comment at some point, man. I'd love to say hi to you. I really, really want to thank the Bear and Justin McNeil. A lot of guys, but the Bear and Justin McNeil are the largest supporters and longest supporters. So I really wanted to give them that special shout out, and probably Sith Negan now sliding into that third spot. And thank you to the Bear, and also to Triple M, who's also a producer. If you guys join the $25 a month club on Joe Cronin Patreon, you will get shout out, and of course you'll get your name put down below as a producer if it means that much to you. And you guys can just please message me with whatever you got at any time so we can talk about stuff. Arknolia Strokelbean and me are going to be doing our second podcast coming up this week. Thanks to everybody again. What do you guys think about this situation? Leave it in the comments down below. I'm hoping SmackDown is good, and I'm getting ready to rewatch Raw. Because I was sick and I was falling asleep a bunch of times, I'm not sure if the show really just put me to sleep or if I was getting sick and that was putting me to sleep. So I want to give Raw a fair look. So I'm going to rewatch Raw, which is, going to be a little bit torturous, but I'm going to do it anyway to see what, you know what I mean, like what I might have missed out of this thing. I did the same thing with the Patriots game. I was so sick with the Patriots and Steelers that I sort of feel like I missed something, so I just watched I rewatched the highlights, and I guess I really didn't miss much at all. But I thought because of the sickness that, I was something, maybe I was out of my mind or something. I don't know. If you guys want to hear my football podcast, it's going on Patreon, patreon.com/Joe Cronin Show, and I may bring it to YouTube as well. But I'm going to go over some final thoughts on Patriots, Steelers, and on the other results in the NFL this week. I am I'm not the brightest bulb on football, but I'll give you my opinion. And then I think that will spawn a lot of conversation from you guys about, Joe, they did this last year, and no, Joe, this is going to happen, and here's why, I think it will spawn a lot of conversation. We can have a pretty fun back and forth as far as that goes. But as far as wrestling, very excited for SmackDown, I guess, tomorrow, I suppose. I mean, how many times can we see The Undertaker, at this point and be excited? I don't know, man. It seems like they did. The WWE definitely made up their minds that, hey, we're going to run this into the ground, There's going to be no really farewell send-off. We sort of gave The Undertaker that we knew the farewell send-off against Roman. But this kind of returning legend Undertaker is, it's apparently going to be something we're going to see for maybe forever. Maybe that's the idea. And, I mean, we didn't get Undertaker at WrestleMania last year, which that just blows my mind. That blows my mind that we got no Undertaker at WrestleMania. Like, we got Undertaker in friggin' the show over, God damn it, I can't remember, in the Middle East, whatever. I can't. Saudi Arabia. There we go. Jesus. Get your bone saws. Go over to Saudi Arabia. The Undertaker goes there. The Undertaker has all these special little appearances here or there doing these things. He wrestles Goldberg, but yet we didn't get a WrestleMania match. Something so weird about that. I don't know what it is. That sits so wrong with me. It's like this guy is nearing the end. I mean, forget the send-off. That's not happening. Whatever. Fine. Probably. He had the send-off against Roman Reigns, which seemed perfect. And then they ruined it. And I don't quite understand that. Not that I wanted to see Roman Reigns' career end with the Roman Reigns. Undertaker versus Roman Reigns was the end. No. I didn't want that to happen, but it feels like we're in some kind of it's like the movies, man. It feels like the Star Wars movies. Like this is the Last Jedi Undertaker. Can we just go back to episode 6 and just pretend it ended there? Can we pretend that Ghostbusters didn't happen in 2016? Remember when all these movies would always come out and we'd be like, wow, how do they always get it so right? This is amazing. But they're getting it so wrong now and kind of making these little blips and hiccups to where they have to retcon stuff, and we're sort of like in an alternate timeline with a lot of things. That's the excuse when they want to be safe. They want to do something new, but not new. But if it sucks, it's okay because it's an alternate timeline or something. That's what it feels like. This is like alternate timeline Undertaker. Maybe I'm babbling on. I have no idea what I'm talking about, but I hope you guys enjoy the show. Leave comments down below, like I said, all that stuff. If you can be a patron, awesome. You're going to get a bunch of bonus content. Donating during the shows live keeps me on the air as well. Or if you can't do any of that, one of the other best ways to support my show is to watch all my videos, a whole bunch, and watch the commercials. Don't skip the commercials if you can. Fuck. Hey, watch it, man. If it's 40 seconds. But that's I know that sucks, and none of us want to do that. We're all like, skip, ad block. But you know what I mean? If you really want to make some kind of difference, that's one way to do it. Or become a patron, man. Some people have ad block, and they become a patron for $3 a month because they're like, I give you that because I block all the ads. So, I don't know. It's up to you guys. Just letting you know about the options. Want to keep the shows going. Patreon.com/Joe Cronin Show. This is the Joe Cronin Show. Please subscribe. You won't be sorry. Except for when I go off on some kind of vulgar, insane tangent, and then you're like, wow, this guy's a psycho. But, F it. Anyway, here's some other videos that you guys may have missed because YouTube didn't notify you about them. Binge watch the channel, and the channel will love you back more with recommendations. And I will see you guys for the Smackdown review. Also, episode 10 of Honestly Podcast is on Patreon right now with me and Tommy NC, and it's a gem.